one of the best companies on the public markets, just released their latest quarterly figures. It's a company that Warren Buffett holds as well, but just a tiny position. That company, of course, is called New Holdings. Now, New is up 5.6% after hours after reporting yet another great quarter. It has a market cap of over $60 billion. Year to date, it's up over 50%. Year over year, it's up over 60%. Since it went public, the stock is now up over 25%. But as you can see, back in 2022, early 2023, stock was down around 64%. Now, as you know, if you've been following the channel, I've been talking about New for quite a while, and it has performed quite well. I had that company in my portfolio until, I don't know, a couple of months ago. I sold. Why is that? Well, I sold one because I was up quite a lot. Now, of course, that's not a reason to sell a great company. No, it was not. But since it was a small position in the portfolio, I was up quite a lot. Some other stocks were down. I sold and I added the majority to Mercado Libre to have that Latin America, South American exposure. Plus, they also do fintech, right, with Mercado Pago. But I thought Mercado Libre, in my eyes, it was also a top 5 position. So I wanted to add a little bit more when that stock was down. That's all. I still think New is one of the best companies to have in your portfolio for many years. So let's discuss the quarter, shall we? If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not. Really appreciate that. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment with the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. So, New, by the way, just because the stock is up quite a lot does not mean that it will stop growing anytime soon, right? If you look at what the analysts expect from this company in the coming fiscal years, growth above 25% on average, sales growth that is, I mean, fiscal year 2024, over 40% growth year over year, EPS growing closer to 50% in fiscal year 2025 and fiscal year 2026. Then if you look at what the overall business has done, of course, it's not public for quite a long time, but overall you see here, gross profit continues to go up, then inflection point, net income positive, free cash flow positive, that really depends. We're still quite fluctuating on that matter, but return on equity continues to be above 20%. Actually, I think it's closer to 28% this quarter. And so even if the stock is up quite a lot, that does not mean that it's suddenly expensive. No, as you can clearly see here, forward PE, price to sales, price to free cash flow, or price to free cash flow, as you've just seen, it fluctuates. So that's a metric that right now I wouldn't really focus on, but I would definitely put a lot of focus on free cash flow in the future. Price to sales under the 3-year mean, I would say, and the price to free cash flow is basically less than half of its mean. Previously 69.7 times, we're now at 28.4 times, and it's not like this company is slowing down anytime soon. So for the quarter, customers up 20.8 million year over year to reach 104.5 million, 56% of the adult population, 83% monthly activity rate. Revenues increased 65% on an FX neutral basis year over year, reaching $2.8 billion. Gross profit increased 88% with a gross profit margin of 48%. Net income is up 134% year over year with an annualized return on equity of 28%. Adjusted net income is up 131% year over year, and adjusted annualized return on equity is at 33%. I mean, do you see this growth right here? This is incredible. A couple of highlights from the quarter. So performance and growth in Brazil. They say here that New is the 4th largest financial institution by number of customers in the country, according to Brazilian central bank data. In Brazil, New has become the institution with the largest number of active customers in credit operations, totaling 55.9 million customers, according to the central bank data. As for the international expansion, so in Mexico, New's growth remains strong with a net add of 1.2 new customers in the quarter, reaching a total of 7.8 million customers at quarter end. In Colombia, New achieved a milestone this quarter, surpassing the 1 million customer, serving almost 1.3 million customers at the quarter end. And as for the multi-product platform, New's core products, mainly credit cards, new accounts, and unsecured personal loans, reaching approximately 42 million, 78 million, and 9 million active customers respectively. The insurance product has nearly 2 million active policies, while investments are utilized by over 18 million active customers. And this is one of their great benefits of, well, having close to 105 million customers, right? So when you launch new businesses, as you can see right here, new products, they will reach, well, the adoption rate will be much, much faster than before, right? Number of products per active customers. You can see the cohorts right here. These are the ones, the more recent ones, basically an average now of 4.1, reaching that number much, much quicker than before. And as I said before, just because this company has been growing fast before does not mean that it's stopping anytime soon. Q2 2024, revenue growth 65%. Guess what? Q2 2023, revenue grew 60%. So an acceleration year over year here. It's amazing. An amazing business, an amazingly well-run company. If you look at the customer growth, you would think that the more customers that come in, maybe activity rate will come down. Well, no, it actually increases quarter over quarter and year over year, now at 83.4%. Right? We've talked about that before. It's great. You attract a lot of customers, but at the active, how do you monetize them? That's the whole thing. And here you can see activity rate continues to go up. Looking at deposits, that's up 64% year over year to $25.2 billion. The cost of deposit as a percentage of interbank rate sits at 87%, up from 84% in Q1 and 80% in Q2 2023. Looking at net interest income, that's up 77% year over year with a net interest margin of 19.8%, up from 19.5% in Q1 and 18.3% same quarter last year. And overall, looking at how they operate, right? The SIM4 cost pillar here. So cost to acquire $7 per customer, $2 of those is paid marketing. Cost to serve, still under $1 monthly average per active customers. That's 85% lower than incumbents. Cost of risk, 7% consumer finance delinquency rate. It's around 10% lower than the Brazilian industry. Cost of funding, $25.2 billion in deposits, 87% of interbank rate. Now, they did say, you can see it yourself here. So normalized delinquency ratios illustrate the impacts of risk expansions. So yes, it's true that NPLs here have been rising, right? 15 to 90 and 90 plus, they've been rising, but they've been rising because of their expansions. You can see here from the red dotted line, without expansions, it would have gone down. And without expansions here, 90 plus NPLs, it would have gone up, but up much slower. Now they are expanding, and basically this is part of the plan. They're expanding. They knew this was going to happen, but they're playing the long-term game and not the short-term one. Overall, to conclude and see where they miss and where they beat, we've got consensus gurus here with the summary. So revenue beat, gross profit beat, gross margin beat, EPS as well, and consumers. The only ones that missed were deposit by 4% and net interest income missed by 1.5%. Overall, quite a good quarter. And so if we look at the graph right now, by the way, since the lowest point last week on Black Monday, stock will be up around 40%. So if you bought last week's fear, let's say, you would be up 40% now after hours. We're very, very close to reaching new all-time highs as well. So overall, to conclude, it might not be the cheapest stock out there, no, but it is definitely one of the best performing companies that I know. Maybe you know a handful of others, but new. It's not one of those stocks that a lot of people talk about, but it's one of those companies that continues to execute great leadership, great track record, great business, as we've clearly seen in this video, right? And in past videos as well. The stock will do what the stock will do, but as you can clearly see, the stock has done exactly what it should. It has reflected what the business has been doing, and we've seen a huge, huge rebound from the lows back in late 2022, beginning 2023. So overall, that's about it. If you never heard of New Holdings, maybe now you will start your research. I don't think you will be disappointed. If you think you're late to the party, think again. A great business can continue to operate greatly, go up in value as well, and the stock eventually will reflect that. That's about it for me in this video. Of course, do share your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.